here's Brody Brazil.
Well, this is going to be kind of a mashup video of several different topics, including the Oakland A's, including Las Vegas, and obviously including the Raiders, who just never really seem to have a home field advantage anymore. Actually, I take that back. When they're on the road in Los Angeles playing the Chargers or Rams, then they seem to have what feels like a home crowd. But at Allegiant Stadium across the last couple years, they get taken over by other teams' fan bases. And as I really start to think about the Raiders, this shouldn't happen. By the way, this is not a Raider fan diss video. I do not mean to offend any of you who are part of Raider Nation. It's not about that. The Raider fan base is large and diverse. It's built over different decades in different regions like Oakland and Los Angeles, and back in the Bay Area when they moved back in the mid-90s, and now they're in Las Vegas. 2 different states, 3 different regions, and far and wide beyond. Raider fans are great. There's no problem with Raider fans. I'm talking about the situation that the team is in and other fans taking over Allegiant Stadium. But this regional fan base is something that other pro sports franchises, they should envy this. What other team has loyal fans from Oakland that sometimes still do travel to Las Vegas or Los Angeles? They drive up I-15 and go to Raiders games still. And now in Las Vegas, they can build with the fan base that apparently, and we really haven't seen it full-fledged yet, that exists there. And the black hole has always been tremendous. True story, back in my earliest days of sports broadcasting, before I was entirely in front of the camera, I was the one carrying the camera. I got to shoot a bunch of Oakland Raider games on the sidelines, on the end zones, right in front of the black hole. I can tell you firsthand, I witnessed their passion, their excitement, their enthusiasm, their loyalty, their dedication to the Raiders and the players, and just the whole image of being a Raider fan. And I truly respect it. I want to make that clear. This is not about the Raider fans. This is about the situation that exists in Las Vegas and other teams' fans. Have you seen this season alone at Allegiant Stadium? I mean, last week it was the Vikings fans who took over. Earlier in the schedule, it was Steeler fans who brought out the terrible towels. 49er fans. Are you serious? Was that an exhibition game that they showed up for and made the place entirely red? And look at this one down here, Denver fans. I mean, that looks like a Broncos home game. Nope. That's in Nevada. All that orange is in Nevada. I mean, this is not just a one-off. These are not doctored or photoshopped images. These are not perspectives that are deceiving to the eye. This is reality. Like, what you're seeing here is a unique thing in professional sports. This really doesn't happen any other place, and especially to this magnitude, and especially on this regular of a basis. And I said before that the Raiders have a regional, cross set of fans here. Las Vegas should be centrally located for Raider Nation, between LA and the Bay Area. They only play 8 or 9 or maybe 10 home games per year. This should be a relatively easy commitment for fans to come in. I mean, it's kind of the perfect opportunity. They didn't move across the country. They actually moved between, not really the middle, but middle ground between the Bay Area and Los Angeles and a brand new market of Las Vegas. And this should be an opportunistic situation for their fans to really pack the place and make it a home field advantage. But it hasn't turned out like that. Instead, it's turned out to be a venue and a team that's got the highest NFL ticket prices. Going into this year, the report was $1,035 on average per game. Obviously, some are much less than that, but some are obviously much higher than that. The average Las Vegas Raider ticket price is 28% higher than the next closest team, which I'm pretty sure was the Patriots, and I think Kansas City's not far behind. San Francisco's somewhere in that mix, but the Raiders are 28% greater on average than even the next closest team. Why are ticket prices so high? Because people are coming in from out of town, they're traveling, they're spending. They want to represent their team on a trip to Las Vegas. But the lack of a home field advantage, let's go back to that for a second. This situation, it's been well noticed. I am definitely not the only one calling this out. Raiders owner Mark Davis, about a year ago, the report was, he said he was, quote, embarrassed about how other teams were taking over Allegiant Stadium. Odds makers, they certainly put the spread at different spots based on the Raiders' lack of a home field advantage. Like, that's been documented. Raider players have commented on the lack of a home field advantage, how they want to get the black hole thing back. Sports media have commented on this, and obviously photos and videos and commentary and thoughts, they're all over social media. The point is, this is not just an obscure thing that nobody's noticing. I mean, it is well noticed and well documented at a lot of different levels across the board. So I know people in Las Vegas will say, well, wait a second, this is a success. You've got fans traveling from all across the country to spend money to visit Las Vegas, stay at a hotel, visit a restaurant, use the airport, ride in a cab, all that stuff. Other entertainment, maybe they're staying for a weekend. And that is true. I'm not going to sit here and deny that. That is true. People are coming to Vegas to watch their team. Question is, I mean, Las Vegas at 40-something million visitors per year? Is this really impactful? Does Las Vegas really need a couple more sets of full stadiums from out of town coming in? It doesn't hurt. I'm just saying this is not a region that's hurting for people to already come. And actually, if you're coming in to go to a Raider game, are you not gambling? Are you skipping out on other things you'd spend money on? Anyway, I'm not here to deny that there is some financial and business success because people are coming in as a draw from out of town for a weekend or even for 24 hours or 12 hours to watch their team and then leave. That's a point. Here's a reality. In professional sports, forget business for a second, why do teams play so hard all season long and try and get the best record they can in the regular season? It's to get into the playoffs, but isn't it specifically to get home field advantage in the playoffs? And especially in a sport like football, where when you've got the ball and the crowd noise is different than when you don't have the ball. When you make a play, the crowd reacts as opposed to when the other team makes a play. Home field advantage is absolutely real. I understand the dimensions of the field and the rules of the game. They don't change whether you're home or road. But there is a human element and a human advantage to home field advantage. And the Raiders, I'm not sure if they're saying, well, this is the reason why we're happy with this. I don't know if they're happy with it. But here's a real reason that goes completely against the business side. It would seem to me that casinos are happy with this, and football people are not happy with this, the lack of a home field advantage. And even if you're somebody to say, well, okay, translating this to baseball and potentially the future of the A's in Las Vegas, all right, so this type of visiting activity, this type of tourist activity, people think it will translate directly into all sports like Major League Baseball. But there are a couple huge differences between how people travel for football versus how they might for Major League Baseball, really how they traditionally don't for Major League Baseball. Football this year, the Raiders have 9 home games. Baseball every year, the A's and every other team have 81 home games. Wait, 9 times 9 is 81. 9-fold the games, the home games in Major League Baseball. That's a totally different schedule and a totally different beast to feed. If you were to sell out every Las Vegas Raider home game ticket this year, that's 585,000 tickets. That's a lot. That's a full season sellout. But just for perspective, a full Major League Baseball season sellout, and this is only at 33,000 seats like the A's have talked about with the ballpark in Las Vegas, that's 2.67 million fans per season. To say that, oh, football's an easy draw and we'll get the high ticket prices, okay, but that's for 585 versus 2.67 million. Basically 5 times the amount of fans. We can talk about stadium sizes and supply and demand. You still need to find a way to draw in 9 times the game, 5 times the amount of fans. These are 2 totally different things, right? But okay, let's go back to the whole tourism thing. And the A's, by the way, say that 30% of their tickets in Las Vegas would be sold to tourists, right? People from out of town would make up about 30% of attendance. But I'm here to say that if this is a win for business and for the county, Clark County and the state of Nevada and Las Vegas proper, if all of this is a win, like to get people to come in from out of town, and that's all you really care about, I'm here to suggest that that win It's not going to happen in Major League Baseball. A football game is easy. There's one a week. Sometimes, in the case of this week, it happens on a Thursday night. That's less of a convenient travel situation, but usually it's on a Sunday. That's perfect. You can fly in Friday or Saturday, watch the game Sunday afternoon. You can be on the plane leaving the airport Sunday at 8 p.m., 8:30 p.m., whatever. It's a convenient trip. By the way, baseball series are what, 2 through 4 games? Who goes to Las Vegas and stays for 4 or 5 days and watches all those games and goes to a game every day? Nobody. People come here because it's one game for 3 hours. It's your football team. They only play a select amount of games per year. This just doesn't happen in Major League Baseball. So even if this is a win for football, which I'm not saying it is, it's a win for business, it's just not going to happen in Major League Baseball. So again, circling back to the Raiders here, not a diss video. Not really a knock against sports fans in Las Vegas. Like, I think you might be getting shut out of watching the team. You brought this team in. And now you're kind of renting it out to other fans across the country. Are you really getting to enjoy this opportunity? Maybe if you're buying season tickets and then flipping them for twice the cost, maybe you're enjoying just the benefit. But why not go buy real estate then? Why have an NFL team if you're not going to go be able to enjoy them and have them win and be successful and get behind them? I just don't understand. You've made it here to the end of the video. You know I appreciate that. Thumbs up down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so I can definitely see you back here next time.